The other people.
So something that I found kind of interesting and kind of appalling this week is that the movie Kindergarten Cop has been deemed offensive and it's not being shown at a film festival in uh, Oregon, I think, or Portland, Oregon, or Oregon, somewhere in Oregon. So um, I
Uh,
think
so,
the basic I think the basic premise is that it's glorifying police. However, in my defense, well, in the Kindergarten Cop's defense, hey Pam, Kindergarten Cop is a 30-year-old goofy Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and if someone is offended by that, turn off your TV, please.
do you know what I'm offended by?
I'm offended by people being offended by stuff.
I'm offended by the fact that a 30-year-old Arnold Schwarzenegger movie is in a film festival right now.
I think they're
What
just
year? That's 30 years ago.
Here's what I think they're doing. They're releasing a lot of older movies because new movies aren't being put out.
Yeah.
So I think they were just doing. I'm not done a whole lot of research on this, but I've done. It caught my eye. Opie from Opie and Anthony tweeted it out the other day. So I actually got upset about this. But it's some kind of. I don't think it's like. I don't know if it's a festival, but it's some kind of like community theater thing they show to the public. And it was one of the movies, like the Town of Wise. They used to show like Toy Story or Cinderella, something like that. Kindergarten Cop, I think, just happened to be a movie that was deemed appropriate for all ages. They, played it. But I did get upset with the lady, and I sent her a picture of the Kindergarten Cop poster on her Facebook and asked her if she'd like to join me for a movie. So I did that a few days ago.
Wait, one more time. What did you do?
So the lady that complained about, and as you probably know, if 1 million people like something, but 5 or 6 dislike it, they're going to shut it down. So this one lady didn't like it. She got it shut down. And I went to her Facebook, but she made where you couldn't comment unless you were a friend. And she made her Twitter private because she was getting a lot of, I guess, hate about it. So I looked her up on Facebook. So I sent her a message on Facebook, which was just the Kindergarten Cop poster saying, "Would you like to join me for a movie?"
And you haven't heard back from her yet?
No. I thought it was respectful.
Well,
I wasn't rude.
here's what you could do. You could say, let's have a conversation about this.
Yes.
Yeah,
Now,
that's not rude.
is there a way that you could put up the Kindergarten Cop poster, or is it too difficult to do?
I don't think it'd be able
If
to
it's
put
too
it up.
difficult, don't worry. But see if
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a very nice image. It's Arnold with he has like reddish hair in the movie. Richard Kimball. You've seen Kindergarten Cop, haven't you?
Many, many years ago, yeah.
Was there
Oh,
anything?
because he's got a bunch of kids hooked to him. Yeah.
So yeah. So that was kind of. What's your thoughts on somebody being offended and shutting a public forum of viewing of Kindergarten Cop? Ridiculous or just?
I
I
don't know.
Just
Like, I'd be really, really, really interested to hear her argument as to, it says that it's because a cop, I'm reading a little bit on it, over policing complaint, and that it glorified a cop traumatizing kids. That's a bit of a stretch.
The premise of the movie is Arnold Schwarzenegger as a cop going undercover as a kindergarten teacher. It's ridiculous. There's no trauma.
That's a bit of a stretch. And don't the kids get the best of him?
Yes. And he ends up forming a bond with them and liking them.
Yeah, because he's kind of the one that goes crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would kind of be like saying that the movie Baby's Day Out is traumatizing a baby because it's walking around on like an unfinished building being made.
Yeah, it's it has a good ending. Like the ending is good.
And the ending is he retires from the police force and becomes a teacher. That's basically the premise, the ending.
That's even better. That's pro.
Yes.
What maybe is she in the other direction? Does she feel like he shouldn't have to retire?
I think she has too much time on her hands in
That could
quarantine.
be it too. Yeah, I mean, like that's a good message of like, you, instead of having to police people, let's go educate on like that sounds like a good message to
So,
me. Let's not traumatize the kids. Let's go be a good educator.
yeah, so I found that kind of very interesting, and just silly.
That one's a bit extreme.
It was just like that one time that many years ago, this overly large lady was getting Victoria's Secret lingerie, and one of the buttons came off and hit her in the eye, and she tried to sue them. And do you remember that story? We did it on the Midnight Mutant show about 12 years ago.
It does ring a bell.
Okay, so we were
I
talking
haven't heard too
about
many
that.
stories like that in my life.
And it would be like, her being able to sue because her big butt can't fit down in panties.
Well, I mean, you can sue for whatever, and she probably got a settlement too.
I bet she did. The V from Victoria's Secret popped her in the eye.
That's the thing. You can sue for anything that you want, and a company who doesn't want to spend the money on it, they're going to give you what you want.
Yeah.
Or they're going to give you a portion of what you want.